Welcome to Versus Battlecast. In this week's episode, we go head to head with Last Bronx and Soul Edge, go down memory lane with Scud Race, and find out which title took the crown on episode 2. Last Bronx, Tokyo Bengaichi, is a 3D fighting game developed by Sega's AM3 team on the Sega Model 2 arcade board. Together with Soul Edge, Last Bronx was one of the first motion-captured weapon-based fighting games that was released in our Japanese arcade senses in early 1996. The game was quite a hit in Japan, so much so, Sega worked with other companies to release a manga series, a novel, artworks, toys, several strategy guides in both video and print form, official soundtrack, a live action movie, and a radio drama series. The key features that captured most of the Japanese players' eyes was the fact that each location in the game are based on key areas in Tokyo, and the attack cancel feature allows you to fake your moves or alter your attack sequence. What also captured the eyes of the Japanese arcade players were the emotions expressed by each character in the game. Because these expressions and styles are relatable to real-life street fight, many arcade players unconsciously started to inject their own poison into the game when they were involved in an intense battle against another player. In the Western world, Last Bronx didn't generate much revenues due to the following reasons. One was the lack of game purchases by the arcade vendors, as it never quite saw the appeal of the game in comparison to other popular titles at the time, such as Marvel superheroes. Another reason was due to intimidation. Whilst Last Bronx really impressed most Western gamers with its graphics, due to the unknown depth of gameplay, the lacking knowledge of fighting moves, the frustrations players felt when the character would receive a knockdown, and the non-understanding of how the game works, prevented most Western gamers coming back for several more goes despite their appreciation. The launch of Last Bronx on the Sega Saturn in 1997 posed a new light for Sega, and the biggest influence of that light was thanks to legendary magazines like official Sega Saturn magazine. Thanks to their detailed coverage, their information broke the intimidation mold that prevented gamers from learning the game. However, in respect to sales, Last Bronx was still no comparison to Soul Edge, even though many Last Bronx fans argued that their title was superior.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold.
Soul Edge was Namco's first 3D motion-captured weapon-based arcade game. Released on Namco's System 11 arcade board in early 1996, the game was highly recognized in all arcade venues around the world thanks to its incredible production value, unique graphical aesthetics shifting at 60 frames per second, powerful music, and a roster of unique, balanced characters. Although Soul Edge was highly recognized in the arcades, it unfortunately remained a dark horse, even though it received far more playing time than Last Bronx due to its immediate gameplay appeal. When the game was released exclusively on the Sony PlayStation in 1997, it generated an incredible fan base and dug a firm foundation on the future of the franchise. Retitled Soul Blade for the Western world due to legal dispute with the company Edge Interactive, the home version presented a CG intro that we've just played earlier in the show, an innovative weapon master mode where the players could collect a variety of weapons per character, and a host of other content. Although the PlayStation version ran at 30 frames per second as opposed from 60 frames per second in the arcade, approbations for the game was high thanks to its side dodging feature, exciting critical edge moves, bring out which encourages strategic play, and the most important of all, parrying, which allows you to deflect your opponent's attacks for a counter-attack opportunity. The game's mechanics may not be as flexible and quick like Last Bronx, but the overall presentation and easy gameplay makes Soul Edge an instant win in the eyes of the mainstream gamers. The rivalry between Virtua Fighter 2 and Tekken 2 was like a long-running battle between two rappers. Indeed, both titles are the cream of the crop of fighting games to which every gamer should experience. However, like apples and oranges, even though they are different and taste good, both of them are still fruits, and everyone's got a preference to which one they prefer. Thanks to our expert panel of gamers and the numerous responses we have received from you, the audience, we look deep into the elements of both titles, and now we can end the rivalry by announcing the winner. There is no doubt in the majority's mind that when both titles are placed at gunpoint, Virtua Fighter 2 is the most fulfilling fighting game that gamers are still learning even today. What makes the game great are the well-balanced characters, the flexible games mechanic that vastly improves your fighting skills once you understand it, the incredible fast-paced and near-realistic martial art actions, and the difference maker feature, buffering. There is also a massive benefit to learning and understanding the basics, for a well-timed basic move execution can either lift your opponents high off the ground for a floating combo, or even trap your opponent's attack like real martial arts. The game even incorporates a feature called depth damage, which occurs when you inflict a powerful counter-attack deep inside your opponent. Together with the ability to cause staggering, throw escapes, including the paper, scissors and stone elements for all situations, including performing a rising attack from the floor, such variety of gameplay truly marks Virtua Fighter 2 as the chess of fighting games, and that sealed its victory to take the Versus Battlecast crown. We are now going to have a short break and a message from our sponsors, but before we go, it's time for a music quiz. Can you guess which game the music playing in the background belongs to? Find out the answer in the second half of Versus Battlecast. Welcome to the second half of Versus Battlecast. Sports Car Ultimate Drive, aka Super GT, is a thrilling arcade game created by Sega's AM2. Released in 1996, it is the first racing game to use Sega's Model 3 arcade board, and it's one of the few games that made gamers go absolutely gaga. When the game was first released in the arcades, it sent racing fans into an absolute frenzy with its ahead of its time graphics, incredible speed, and its advanced drifting mechanics. At the time, Scud Race was so appealing that it made nearly every Sega fan wet with anticipation with hope that the game would launch on Sega's next generation console, the Sega Dreamcast, but unfortunately, we all know what happened there. Although Scud Race was one of the most talked about driving games of its time, the game never reached culture status and the same popularity height as the original Daytona USA. This was because most of the mainstream gamers that played the Scud Race found the drifting very difficult to understand, and they never experienced an epic 8-player battle on the game, as most arcade vendors only sported a single cabinet. In order to achieve a fast lap time in Scud Race, you need to understand the concept of drifting acceleration, which is the most vital mechanic in the game. Drifting acceleration is different from most other arcade driving games because depending on your drifting angle, your car's momentum will increase in speed. Normally, when gamers pull off a drifting driving games, they accelerate to maximum speed with hope that their steering skills will be sufficient to ride the corner. Although this binary mentality is okay for other racing titles such as Sega Rally 3, At 1 2, and Rave Racer, doing that in Scud Race will grant you a one-way ticket to a spin out or hitting a wall due to the swinging speed of your car's rear. The solution? You need to control the swinging speed of your car's rear, and this is how you do it. When you quickly step or snap on the brakes, let go of the acceleration, or pull off an inertia drift, it is vital that you do not immediately accelerate. Instead, let your car slide until it's in an ideal alignment for drifting and the swinging speed of your car's rear has slowed down. When you think your car is in a good position, gently reapply pressure on the accelerator so you can safely drift around a corner. Never apply full acceleration until you have passed the mid or 3/4 point of a corner. Last Bronx and Soul Edge are excellent titles that everyone should have in their library. Although one of the titles generated millions of unit sales, that does not constitute it as the better game. It's time to see our expert crew members in action to decide which fighter should take the crown.
Round 1 Fight! どうした？慈悲深い俺に感謝するんだ。
To the stage of history. Battle 1. Fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Mitsurugi. You win! Battle 2. Fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Han Song-gyo. You win! Battle 3. Fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Han. You win! Battle 4. Fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Han. Battle 1. Fight! The grueling battle ended with the victory of Mitsurugi. You win! Battle 2, fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Han Song-gyo. You win! Battle 4, fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of You win! Battle 3, fight! Out of the ring. The grueling battle 3, fight! Knockout. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Han Song-gyo. You win! Battle 4, fight!